It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the reigning NFC champs and the Hawks, and it's coming up next.
With Mount Rainier in the distance, there are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. That's to the veteran tight end, Carter Landry. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
The numbers for Ayuk a week ago. 3 catches, 68 yards, and a touchdown.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't start getting some pressure on him, make him move around a little bit and do something with the receivers, change up their timing, they're just going to get shredded as we've seen so far. Right now, they're off to a blazing start.
Yeah, and you are right. He looks way too comfortable back there in the pocket.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a pillow back there for him, all right? As a defensive guy, they've got to dump him on his backside a few times, shake things up.
Yeah, they're going to need an in-drive adjustment here in this first series. Back to throw again. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Russell Wilson leads out the Seattle Seahawks offense. The veteran Wilson, a 3rd-round pick back in 2012.
It was fun getting ready for this game, wasn't it? Because normally we talk to the coaches and
and they'll run. This is Trey Sermon. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now back to throw. Rolling to his right. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Well, starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 is that had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm-up QB2, let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take them downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game, but they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. This one caught by Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And I'll tell you what a bird's...
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the Seahawks will take over possession here up at the 44. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The drive starts with a carry by Sermon. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Out comes Chris Carson in the Seattle offense. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might... They'll run with Sermon to begin the drive. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On 2nd down, another shot for Sermon. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll leave that underneath to Sermon. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. That's pulled in, the veteran Carter Landry. Touchdown, 49ers. Carter Landry, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. Sermon with space, a 1st down and then some. And he'll finally be taken down at the 29-yard line. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll start by heading out west to Glendale, Arizona. And it's the Cardinals who are out in front as that game draws closer to halftime. The Cardinals trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, we fly east to Philly to check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Lions. The Eagles seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. As you can see, the score there in the 2nd quarter. The Rams locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. We continue on with a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Niners. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first.
Sermon now on 1st and 10. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of... They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Flushed out right. This is caught and out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
They'll drop to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. They'll set up to throw. This is caught. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here. They'll look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking.
They go play action here on first down. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On play action, they'll throw. And he will find his man, Samuel. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. He's got it. Touchdown. Deebo Samuel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. Flush to his right. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
You always think about picking up the 1st down, but in this case, they were thinking about something bigger. They were thinking about the home run shot and took it downfield. Unable to connect, but Meyer.
play fake here on first down. This will be caught at Samuel. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Back to throw now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Going deep here for Landry. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown 49ers. Carter Landry, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on fourth down. And now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the fourth quarter because you know.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. But they run once more with Sermon. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. It got his man complete. And he'll go out of bounds finally at the 7. A big third down play there for the Niners. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and this is a case of improper form from a tackling perspective because when you get ready to go up against a back like this, everyone has to be able to understand you've got to be able to slow him down and let the cavalry come to the rescue. They were nowhere to be found that time, though, and this winds up being a big play.
Here's Sermon. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Again, Sermon. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Well, let's see where they turn on third and goal. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Trey Sermon, his second touchdown on the season. And the 49ers have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect.
On the handoff, Sermon. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Why were they clicking on offense?
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Niners, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Philly to take on the Eagles. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals.